And good Friday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Welcome to Scotty Ray's Weather as we begin what looks to be a very, very wet weekend. I hope you're prepared for this. If you had outdoor events planned for tomorrow, that's off. If you're anywhere in the East Mississippi, West Alabama area, Louisiana, not going to happen. And looks like we've got rain well into next week. We'll get down to all the particulars here in a moment and let you see all of that. So just keep in mind, if it was planned outside, just kind of reroute that. Have something else planned. You got to move indoors. That's the way it's going to be. How are you today? I hope well. A lot of folks are getting up now, starting to stir as we wonder and watch what is happening with our potential Cyclone 3 that is out there. And again, this most likely will be a cyclone by the time that it comes ashore. Tropical storm warnings have issued. I almost said that wrong. From Louisiana all the way over into Florida. We'll look at that on the map and show you everything that's going on with that this morning. So hang close. We'll get to all of that here in just a moment to make sure that you're aware of everything. I wanted to bring this up first. This is a good thing. I don't know if you saw this yet. I posted this last night. It had a great ending to it. A state trooper, Clark County Hot Topics, posted this last night, and this was in recognition of Trooper Bentley. He was out. Kevin Bentley was out yesterday. And he was cutting through in Jasper County and found a small child walking down the side of the road, stopped and checked on it, and the child had been reported missing earlier that morning. Thankfully, the child was okay, and he got in touch with the sheriff's department, and they got him back to his parents. So he's been checked out. He's okay, but that could have had a way different ending to that. So thumbs up and a thank you to him for taking care of that. Also, I don't know if you saw this. Who used to watch WKRP in Cincinnati? I think we all did. You remember the guy Herb? As headlines broke last night, the guy that was on there that played Herb, the salesman on WKRP, has passed away. He was 79 years young. I think most of us remember that show. It was funny, and of course, the big turkey drop. Who can forget? I thought turkeys could fly. It was funny. And that's the way that was. As we look at headlines from across America this morning, we'll have all this for you beginning at 8 o'clock this morning. And Tucker Carlson not backing down. I don't know if you've seen the headline on this, but he is saying there was possibility of people within agencies placed in there to start problems at the January 6th. And I don't know what you call it at the Capitol. It was the speech. I don't know the proper word to call what went on at the Capitol on the 6th back in January, but he says he thinks people were placed there. We'll get into that this morning at 8 o'clock. I hope you'll join us as we'll discuss that and go deeper into that. So y'all ready to talk a little bit about weather this morning as we turn our thoughts to that to find out exactly what's going to be going on?
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
All right, let's turn our eyes to radar this morning first as we pull this up and we look at all of this green area here from Louisiana all the way across lower Mississippi, the Gulf Coast, up through Meridian into Kemper County, across Tuscaloosa to Atlanta, Georgia, and back down to right along here in Panama City, Florida. We've got a flash flood watch, and this is going to be in effect until late. As we look at this, this flash flood watch is until 6 a.m. on the 20th, so a couple of days from now. So if you live anywhere in this green area, and if you're looking at this, and just to show you the map here, here sits Meridian, here's Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this is Pelham, Montgomery, Birmingham, all of this area is under a flash flood watch. Now, this goes in the Mississippi counties here. This is Sumter, Choctaw County, Alabama. As you go through Kemper County, Newton County, Lauderdale, Clark, and you move over and you look at Jasper County as we make our way through Jones all the way to the coast, down to Biloxi. Now, tropical storm warnings have been issued. As we look at this, all of this orange area here are tropical storm warnings, and this will go all the way over here to Fort Walton Beach. We'll look at the end of this. Here's Fort Walton Beach. Here's Destin, Florida, all the way over here to, Freeport. And that's going to be Blue Mountain Beach there in Florida, is a part of this. As we go back across here and we look at Pensacola, as we come across Gus Shores and we go back into Louisiana, let's look at where all of this ends in Louisiana. Here's New Orleans, all a part of this tropical storm. Here's New Iberia as we dig into Louisiana, Abbeville, and then we get down in the lower part here Florence Landing, this is going to be part of it, and Pecan Island in Louisiana. This is kind of where it starts. A lot of people are referencing Morgan City. Here's Morgan City, but it would actually be just west of Morgan City, a little bit further over. If you'll look at the map here of what's going to be happening. This is what we're expecting it to come. All right, let's talk about path, and we'll dig deeper into this in just a second. Let's turn on our track forecast here of what is expected. This is where she is this morning, sitting right here at an hour, 2 hours ago. This will be updating here in just a moment ago. It was moving north at 14 miles an hour with a wind speed of 35 miles an hour. It is expected to make landfall as it comes in here Saturday around 1 a.m. It's going to hit land. It's going to go northeasterly then, and then now remember, this blue line here, anything that's to the east of this is going to be worse than to the west side of it. So heavier rain on the east side of this blue line as it comes in. This is 1 p.m. Saturday afternoon. Right here. Here's Hattiesburg, Mississippi at about 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. It hits the Mississippi line right there, and it'll be southwest of Hattiesburg. It will make its way on through here and go, the eye of it has it going through about Waynesboro. Now, Lauderdale County, Clark is involved in this, but again, we're going to get somewhere between 2 to 6 inches in here, but everything on this side of this will get a lot more rain. Can this line move a little bit between now and when it makes shore? Absolutely. We will follow this and make sure that we're on top of this. Now, this is Sunday at 1 a.m. in the morning. Here's Tuscaloosa. It will be just to the south, due south of Tuscaloosa in the wee hours of the morning on Sunday. So it's going to be heavy rain coming all through here. Y'all expect this, and then make its way on through north of Atlanta and making its way toward Chattanooga, Knoxville Sunday afternoon. That's the path that we have so far. Again, this can move a little bit. It can go a little west. It can go a little bit more east. But as it has now, that's where the path is headed at this point, as we expect a lot of rain to be in here in this area there. So that's the forecasted map. Now, let's take a look at what the National Weather Service is telling us as we look closer into all of this. Look at our record highs and record lows on this date. As we go back 1944, it was a hot day, 102 degrees. As we move to 1960, the coolest day, 55 degrees. We're sitting at 65 this morning in most areas, and that's cool. It's nice weather. As we look at that forecast here across Mississippi, we've got 91 up through Philadelphia. It's going to be about the same, even through Louisville on up to Columbus. Gets a tad higher to 93. As we go south into the Laurel, Hattiesburg area, we'll drop down into the 80s, 87, Brookhaven, about 89 as well. As we move across, and chances of rain don't move into the forecast until the afternoon. As we move to Alabama, as we look at Tuscaloosa, y'all are sitting at 92 for today. Demopolis, Alabama, 91. All the way over to Auburn, it'll get up to about 92. As we look at Livingston and these areas, 90 to 91 today is going to be what your temperature is going to hit. But again, chance of thunderstorms late in the afternoon. We'll look closer at that in just a moment. Now, flash flooding, what is possible here? We're showing here that the Meridian area will hit, and this includes Clark County and portions of Kemper County, is going to get a lot of rain. It'll be somewhere between 3 to 5 inches is what's expected. So if you live in this orange area here from, this ought to be a line of about DeKalb eastward, taking in Scuba through Wahala, on out through Bentonville, southward through Lauderdale County, and going over just about to Newton and down southward as we go into Clark County. All of Clark will be in this, into Jones, a level 2. Now, these areas that are lit up as yellow, which is Winston County, Philadelphia, back over to Jackson and Brookhaven, are going to be in this up to 3 inches of rain, is what they're predicting at this point. And again, all of this is subject to change just a little bit as this storm comes ashore. It has a mind of its own, but that's what is projected at this point. We always see these things move a little bit one way or the other, 20, 30 miles. So we'll watch this. As we look at strong wind possibilities, let's pull this up. This is what is predicted at this point as it gets into Jones County here. And taking in part of Jasper County, we'll expect higher wind possibilities. About 25 miles an hour is what they're doing. I got another map that could show we'll have some gust in those areas through here over to Tuscaloosa in the 20s. And again, that's gust. This is going to be sustained winds here of about 25 miles an hour. So real big possibility these areas here could see a lot of power outages due to that wind there and all the rain that is coming. So be prepared for that. We could have some in our area with just the gust of knocking down trees that are already limber from the soil. Then you pile all that rain that's going to be coming. We could be without it. Now, here's where the tropical disturbance is they're calling it Potential Cyclone 3. This is where it's sitting this morning as we looked at it a moment ago on radar. As we move forward on this, the force winds, as we look at our area, up to our area right there, it's going to be, this is about where Lauderdale County is over to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and these areas here, 20 mile an hour is about what we will see there. That outer band there is this darker green is about 10 miles an hour, but we're in that 20 range right there. And then the further you go down toward the coast, the stronger this is going to be into Louisiana, to where they'll have some 40 and 50 mile an hour winds as this comes in. Again, this is light. This is a cyclone, possibility of a tropical storm at most when it hits. It's not going to be hurricane force winds. As we look at this, the earliest arrival times as this comes ashore, Friday night about 8 o'clock, Louisiana will start feeling this, and that's going to be tonight. 2 p.m. it'll be just off the course, 8 o'clock. Saturday around 2 a.m., Hattiesburg area, you're going to start feeling this. And by 8 o'clock Saturday morning from Meridian all the way over to Tuscaloosa through Birmingham, we'll feel these winds. So as you're waking up, having that cup of coffee tomorrow morning, you'll already start feeling the gust coming in from this storm. As we move forward, here's the path of this. As we look at this, and we looked at that on my radar just a moment ago. This is where it is sitting now as of 4 a.m. this morning, and it'll come ashore and hit Louisiana and then hook northeasterly. And then it will cut dead across our area through Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and then northern Georgia and on into Tennessee and toward the Carolinas. And again, this is a soft storm. As we look at the potential for rain amounts, as you see here, this is where we're up to 6 inches in the Meridian area, and just over here toward Tuscaloosa in these areas here, Livingston, Alabama, you're going to get that as well. The Montgomery, Birmingham area, a lot of rain also. But New Orleans, which really doesn't need a lot of rain, look at all of that. I got another map here. We'll show you what is predicted for Louisiana, New Orleans, in the heart of that low-lying areas does not need that much. The key messages that the National Hurricane Center is putting out, it's going to produce heavy rainfall. Considerable flash flooding is coming with this throughout the weekend for all the coastal areas and up through the Meridian, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham area here. Tropical storm conditions are expected to begin in areas near and well to the east of the center along the portions of the central Gulf Coast from intercoastal city, Louisiana, to the Okaloosa-Walton County line in Florida, where we were looking as it goes there, including New Orleans and those areas out as it goes into Florida there. As we look at this is what we're expecting on wind gust. As you get in here to 27 to 30 miles an hour, stretching from central East Mississippi into Alabama. As we look here right across there as you get up toward Birmingham, 31 miles an hour, but not much different from where it is in Meridian. But Tuscaloosa to Meridian, anywhere from 27 to 31 miles an hour is what we're expected. As you get down here in these areas along the coast, now that's a total different ball game. We're looking at 52, 46, and as you get into here, lower Alabama, L.A. as they call it, there's some 40s there along the coast there, so expect that. As we look at this, as I mentioned, as you look at New Orleans, this is what New Orleans, Louisiana is putting out. Homa is expecting 4 to 6 inches. As you go east of this, and again, as it comes ashore here, Baton Rouge, you're looking at 2 to 3 inches of rain. Gulfport, Mississippi, y'all expect 8 inches of rain. Hattiesburg, about 6. And the same comes up here for the Meridian area, anywhere from 3 to 6 inches is what we're expecting. So be prepared for a very wet weekend. I know I've said that over and over the last few moments as we go through this. Now, with this, as this storm comes ashore, as you see this, temperatures over the next 10 days as they put this out is going to be considerably cooler for our area. As this storm comes apart and moves in on us, it will drop those temps. As we look here, we're sitting at 90 today. And look at the high for tomorrow. We go from 90 degrees today to 78 tomorrow. Yeah. As we move forward with this. And let me dig deeper into the forecast here and tell you what we're expecting. Now, this 20% chance of rain that we're expecting this afternoon, expect that to move in late. It will most likely be after 4:30 in the afternoon. You'll start, and again, it's only a 20% chance, but I wouldn't expect anything until late. That 4:30, 5 o'clock when you're driving at home, you could see some. For the most part, we're going to be sunshiny all day. So if you need to take care of something, get your grass cut, now is the time. Do not wait, because you will not be able to do that tomorrow. Get that taken care of this afternoon before it's all said and done. Tonight, slight chances of rain after 3 a.m. That thunderstorm chance moves in. As this comes ashore, we start seeing after 3 a.m. in the morning, showers most likely going to happen. As daylight hits, that switch to a 90% chance of rain for us. Possibility of the stronger stuff around 10 a.m. 10:30 is when we'll start seeing the rains move in. Again, 78. And our wind gust expected to be 25 miles an hour through Livingston and these areas here all across East Mississippi and West Alabama. As we move in, and expect 3 inches of rain during the daytime. Standard. That could go up a little bit, but up to 6 inches, but expected amount 2 to 3 inches Saturday. As we move into Saturday night, it will decrease a little bit, a 70% chance of showers as we look at Saturday night. Thunderstorms are going to be continuing through about 1 a.m. Another inch of rain is expected there. That low to hit right around 70 as we look at that. Now, as the sun comes up, okay, I lied on that. Let's just change that. As the morning light comes up on Sunday morning, we decrease to a 60% chance of showers. Most of the heavy showers will be between 10 and 1. We've got some thunderstorms that are a possibility in the afternoon, but the heavy stuff there as it weans off throughout the afternoon and goes across. 20-mile-an-hour gust is what we're going to expect, but 60% chance on Saturday. You're going to have bits, and let me rephrase how this is going to work on Saturday. Heavy showers there to about 10 a.m. We'll have a little break, and then you've got chances of thunderstorms in between 10 and 1 while you're in church there. It could be some areas that have huge downfalls. Then, after 1 o'clock, most likely that will pick back up. I think I said it a little bit better that way. I don't want you to give you that it's going to end at 10, because it's not. It'll be hit and miss between that 10 and 1, and then after 1, it rolls back in. Wind gust on Sunday of about 20 miles an hour. We get a little bit better news as we roll into the nighttime hours on Sunday night, down to a 20% chance. And then as we start that day back off, we still, look at this, 70% chance of rain Monday, Tuesday, and we still all the way there through Thursday have a 40% chance. So it's going to be a wet one. All right, let's jump ahead for a few more days here as our highs go back up to about 87 there as we look at it on Friday the 25th. And as we go into July, we're back to 89 degrees. Looks like we'll have chances of some showers there. Nothing big as we head toward that 4th of July. That's all on the way as we monitor all of this weather and come apart with that. So be prepared this weekend. Let me see here. We had a bunch of folks up and stirring this morning that I wanted to mention. Let's see. Brian Guest, good morning. Watching from Philadelphia today. Charlene Wiggins joins us. Good morning from Bree Parker. Happy Friday. Hope you're good. Jerry Garrison, all the way from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Jerry, how are you? Traveled many a mile with Jerry, a great, great fella. Somehow or another, we went to a store and ended up with a Mercedes-Benz one time, didn't we, Jerry? I think you still got that. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Brandy Priester, good morning to you. Also, Terry Ray is up, wishing everybody a good morning. As Donna Sue joins us, and she hopes everybody has a safe weekend, along with Donna Roseman. Milton Savell joins us. Sissy McKee, how are you? Rick Joyner, glad to have you a part of this. Claudette Baskin joined us this morning, along with Kathy Jenkins and Miss Gail Gafford, Robin Morris, Liz Dibbitt. Did I say that right? Dabbitt? Let me back up and say that. Liz Dabbitt. I hope I did. Harvey Cleveland joins us as well, along with Linda Culpepper, Miss Sylvia Stewart. Flora Overstreet is here, along with Jonathan Ritchie and Miss Robin Miller. Galen Bradshaw says, how much rain on the coast? It's going to be a lot there. 6 to 8 inches there, Galen, along that coastal area there. Be prepared for that. Along with Terry Carter, morning to you. Charlene Gaddy, good morning. LaWanda Grantham is joining us. J.T. Rigdon is with us this morning, along with Janice Bounds and Nick Dial. Good morning. Hope you're doing good there, Cornbread, as we start this day. As I mentioned, as these storms come about, and sometimes we're all like this. You don't, and you've heard me say this many a time. As these storms come about, you don't think about your power and when this stuff goes out, but when it's out, you certainly do. Talk to our friends at Sanders Gas. If you're tired of every time a storm comes up and you sit in the dark for days and worry about if your food's going to melt out, what's going to happen, you've got somebody elderly in your house. Now, they take care of your air conditioner. We all know that. But as we focus on what will be a life changer for you, if you do not have a Generac, talk to Chuck. They'll come out to your home, assess how much electricity. And what I mean by that is how many air conditioners you have, how many freezers you have that you operate in your house, and the square footage as to what size unit. This one here is a 22 kW. This is the outside of my home. This is what it looks like. That's what I've got sitting outside. And again, it's a game changer. You don't have to worry about your food. You no longer sit in the dark, and runs off propane, and you just chug along. You're not in line trying to get gasoline to get power back at your house. Talk to Chuck. They'll tell you more about that. 693-1212 to Sanders Gas, located on 22nd Avenue. More about that. And we'll tell you about the precast group also, those storm shelters and things that come in handy during these storms as they approach. This is going to be a very, very light storm. I don't want anybody to think that this is a major hurricane that I'm trying to blow out of proportion. I am not. We're going to have those coming a little bit later on. But at the same time, there also runs the risk, especially the weather that we've had lately, to where everything is just slush outside with more rain, wind coming, that we could have some power outages. All the local power companies, EMEPA is ready to roll to make sure to get that restored should that happen. We'll be on top of this. Now, we're going to be back beginning at 8 a.m. this morning. Candace joins me as we'll go live right here to tell you all about the weather, update that, and we've got a great morning show lined out for you to let you know what's going across the United States, locally, and across the South, what's happening to us. We've got all of that lined up and coming. Won't you join us? I hope so. Me TV here, along with Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch. Any way that you can reach us, I would appreciate that. Ray Gafford joins us. Miss Arlene Chu. It's Friday. It is. Isn't it great? And also Janie Barnett joined us there. Thank you so much for that. Coming up about 10 minutes before the hour, right at that, we'll be back in an hour and 10 minutes with the very latest of everything that's going on just for you. Join us. It'll be well worth it. Thank you for being here and a part of it. And thank you to all the sponsors that make it happen each and every day. I'll see you in just a few minutes.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by